So I've never actually slept in a hammock before, and I thought what better way to try it out than camping alone in the forest and to bring you guys along with me. Now this could be really relaxing or a complete disaster, but I'm sure we're going to find out. Clearly I'm doing something wrong. That might have been a little bit of a mistake. I think if my sleeping bag starts to get wet, I'm going to have to call it a day. This is turning into a little bit of a disaster. So basically, I'm just going to pick a location I like the look of. As long as the trees are wide enough, I'll set up camp there. So it's this little area here that I quite like the look of, and these two trees here I think look ideal for setting a hammock up between. So let's go and give that a go. So I've never actually even got this out of the bag. This one's by a brand called Cure. Let's see if it's any good. There we go, losing stuff already. Some bungee cords, some clips. We'll find out if we need them later. There's our straps. Still in the elastic band. Let's have a look at the hammock. It's got a nice little mosquito net, which to be honest with you, is probably a good idea. It's that time of year now when all the mosquitoes are out and about. And I have seen a few flying around, so that might come in handy tonight. And it just comes with these little carabiners. And then I think once I get these straps around the tree, I can just hook that onto the strap. It should be as easy as that. We hope anyway. I don't know if this is going to work. Doesn't feel right to me. Just try and line that up with the height on the other one. Just because these trees aren't level. It needs to go up a little bit higher. I'll tuck that round there. Moment of truth. Let's go and get the hammock. Try not to drag that through all the debris on the floor. Well, there we go. Those trees are far too far apart. Wonder if this is where we can just adjust these. Nope. We're not off to a good start, are we? This just comes loose when I put any tension on it. Clearly I'm doing something wrong. Okay, so I think I figured out what I've done wrong. Probably should have just gone round the tree another time. And now hopefully I can attach the carabiner from this side. If we do the same on there as well, the hammock should be at the right height. I have to take these branches off, they're driving me mad. That looks a little better. So this is what I've achieved. It doesn't look right to me, to be honest. I think this should have been a little bit lower down, but because this tree's thicker, I haven't got as much webbing to play with. Should we give it a bit of a test? You know what, I couldn't tell you the last time I've been in a hammock. As you can tell by the way I'm getting in, it's not too bad actually. It's alright. So I'm lying on top of this mosquito net. Obviously I don't want to do that at night, so let's see what that looks like. That's alright with that. Although it does sit on my face. Those little bungees that we had before, I think they may end up going on the outside of this mosquito net. A little bit of paracord, and that'll just keep it up. It's actually really comfy. It doesn't feel like it's going to give way. So it might end up raining tonight. So I'm just going to cut these little branches off so I can put a tarp up above the hammock. So if it does rain, I don't end up getting wet. So I'm just running a ridge line using paracord between the trees and above the hammock, and then I can just put my tarp over the top of that and then stake it down. Okay, tarp's up. It's not really an ideal position because the wind's blowing directly at it, but at least I'll be dry under there if it does rain. Well, that took a little bit longer than I thought, but all set up now. Just need to put the sleeping bag in and the mat. Right, now that's all sorted. Time to get a fire going and make some food. The good thing about being in a forest, there's plenty of kindling just lying on the ground. It shouldn't be too hard to get a fire going. Right, whilst that fire's building up, go and get food ready. So what I'm going to be doing is one of the foil packet meals. Just got some potatoes to go in there, onions, peppers and some chicken. Put some oil in, salt and pepper, and then just put it on the fire for 30 minutes. And it's just nice and easy to do. You don't have to keep an eye on it too much. Just dice them up to whatever size you want. Put them inside the foil. Doesn't have to be pretty. I've already got some peppers which I've diced up. Put them inside as well. Just add a load of cooking oil on top of that. Plenty of seasoning. I got salt, pepper and some herbs. And then once you've wrapped that up into a nice tight ball, you just pop it on the fire. Just so simple, the foil packet meals. Just chuck everything in, put it on the fire, leave it 30 minutes and you can just get on with whatever else you need to do, rather than constantly tending to the food in case it burns. I know you guys can't smell it, but this smells absolutely delicious. Everywhere I walk around the camp, all I can smell is the food cooking. Let's try and get this off here without burning my hands. There you go, that was easy enough. That looks lovely. Just check all the chicken's cooked. Right, let's tuck in. Oh, that's so nice. Just what I needed. I'm starting to realise, once it goes dark in here tonight and I'm all alone and I can't see anything and there's noises in the background, don't know what they are, it's going to feel really creepy. Well, that was lovely, and the good thing is there's hardly any washing up other than my spork. There's a bit of a wind starting to pick up. I need some more wood on the fire, but before I do that I need to walk down to the river and just top my water bottle up. I only brought a litre with me, so that's run out, but I've got some water purification tablets, so if I fill my bottle up, that should see me through the night. Just check there's no big bits in it. Well, that wasn't too bad. All filled up, so we can go back to camp now. Let's sort this fire out. Alright guys, just thought I'd get in the hammock for a little bit. It's just started spitting and the wind's starting to pick up a little bit, which isn't ideal because it's blowing right into the side of this tarp, which is slamming into the side of the hammock, so that's probably going to get annoying tonight. But, as for the hammock, it's really comfy. I mean, it's not cold, but it's not necessarily a cold day. I've got my sleeping bag, so I think I'll be alright. I'm not sliding down anywhere. I feel comfy. I might not even need a pillow, to be honest with you. Just see how we get on. But yeah, really happy with it for the first time. Should be a bit of fun. There you go. Yeah, it's just that fine rain, so hopefully it might pass, but it looks really dark over there behind the mountains. I do hope it goes off because I've just realised this tarp isn't actually covering the full extent of the hammock, and the ends are now getting wet. And that's going to end up dripping down to the middle, so that's not good. Don't know if you can see that on the camera, but that's all getting wet. That's already soaked on the end, and the same up here as well. It's actually my first time using a tarp as well. I'm not entirely sure whether I've set that up right. Yeah, this is turning into a little bit of a disaster. Both ends of the hammock are soaked and the water's just running down into the middle of the hammock. It's because the tarp isn't over the ends of the hammock. I don't really know if there's much I can do about that. I was going to try and swap it round so it was running lengthways, but then it's far too long. I'm not sure if it's long enough then either side to cover the hammock. I wasn't actually expecting it to rain this much either tonight. I'm just going to hope the rain goes off for a little bit. I'm going to try and sort the tarp out into a better position. It's just that I can't get my sleeping bag wet, otherwise that's game over. You can see all the ends of the hammock are getting wet here, and that's starting to run down the inside now. My sleeping bag's just there. As you can see, the whole side of the tarp is now getting pushed in by the wind, and the rain's driving into it as well, and everything's starting to get wet inside. I've never actually used a tarp out and about before, so this is my first time with a tarp and a hammock, so that might have been a little bit of a mistake. I'm not sure this weather's going to go off at all. I think if my sleeping bag ends up getting wet, I'm going to have to call it a day and leave. It just shows you how important it is to test and know your gear before you use it. I'm so used to being in the back of a truck or in the roof tent or in a tent or a bivvy, not being in a hammock with a tarp. So it's a bit of a learning curve for me. And that's what I think life's all about, is trying something new, getting out your comfort zone and see how it fares. At the end of the day, if this doesn't work out, at least I've learned something from it. I need to work on my tarp setting up skills and definitely where to position the hammock. There's a bit of a break in the weather, so I'm just going to use the opportunity to try and swap the tarp around so it's running lengthways. Oh, the hammock's getting wet as well. I don't really think that's any better, to be honest with you. That's not going to work either. The tarp's not big enough. I think it's too high off the ground. There's just not enough length in it. Right, I'm back to where I started before, and I wish I'd just left it where it was. See the end of the hammock just sticking out. And every time I pull it, it's just not got enough length. If it hadn't rained before, I wouldn't have been bothered. I'm just concerned now if it does rain in the night. Can't do much about that at all. I think we'll just stick with it and hope it doesn't rain. Alright guys, so after all that chaos before, I think the rain's finally gone off. I'm a little bit happier now with the way I've got the tarp positioned. I've just been messing around with it for a bit. I've kind of got the top end where my head's going to be covered, and then the bottom end where there's a bit of a decline. It's sticking out a little bit, but if it does rain, it should be alright. The water should just run down then. I was supposed to be letting this fire die down, but after all that chaos and rain before, just fancy keeping the fire going a little bit longer before I get in bed, just to warm myself up. Alright guys, decided to get in the hammock. The hardest part was trying to get in the sleeping bag. Oh, it just wants to slip down. It's really eerie being out here alone. It's completely pitch black, and all I can hear in the distance is owls, and then there's rustling on the ground around me. I think it's badgers or something. Every time I shine the torch out to sea, they just disappear. But other than that, I'm really comfy in here. I'm nice and warm in my sleeping bag. I'm not going to bother with a pillow. I feel like I've got enough support off the hammock. And I'm not actually going to put up the bug net, so hopefully I won't regret that in the morning and I haven't been bitten to bits. So much for not having a pillow. Quickly realised that although the hammock's comfy to lie on, it's also very cold, so my face was just getting cold. The rest of my body's alright because I'm in the sleeping bag, but I can't sleep with a cold head. I'm just going to put this up. That's better. I'll try again. Right guys, just as I thought it would be, it's really creepy just trying to get to sleep. I'm lying here and every time I close my eyes I can just hear rustling in the background. Once I'm asleep and I won't be able to hear it, and I'll probably just sleep all night, but for now, falling asleep is the hardest part. I'm actually quite comfy in here, so I don't think that's going to be a problem. Good morning. It is 5:45 AM and I actually had a really good sleep. I kind of felt like a baby in a cot because every time I move, this hammock moves. It just ends up rocking you to sleep. So I think I've had about 8 hours sleep, which is really good. And I didn't hear a thing once I fell asleep. But as for the hammock, I had a really good sleep. It was really comfy. I wasn't cold, but I did have the sleeping bag on and the pillow, so that obviously helped. And it wasn't exactly a cold night. I did fall down the hammock a little bit. In fact, I have fell down quite a bit. So I'm just going to lie here for a little bit and then wait until it brightens up and get myself up and make some breakfast. Just going to get a quick fire going so I can make a drink. I was really grateful it didn't rain in the end last night. It's just started raining this morning. It's only fine rain, so I think I'll be alright. If not, I'll just get back under the tarp again. I'm going to get this fire going and I'll make a cup of tea. Just waking up in the morning in the forest, listening to the birds sing, makes all the mistakes I made yesterday, setting up the hammock and the tarp, all worth it. I mean, it wasn't perfect, but I definitely learnt a lot on this one and I did really enjoy it. Can't beat a cup of coffee in the morning, especially in a forest like this. I've realised that most of yesterday I just sat in the hammock looking at the inside of the tarp. So I thought now it's stopped raining, I can take it down, sit in the hammock and actually enjoy this bit of space and enjoy the view in front of me with my coffee. Well, despite some of the mishaps, I really enjoyed that hammock adventure and I hope you did too. If you did, please consider subscribing to the channel and I'll catch you on the next one.